Okay, I've finally gotten around to actually shooting a video for this week after much deliberation. This video is going to include lots of cute pictures of puppies and just some weird dreams I've been having about having a service dog, and just kind of how I feel like that reflects on a lot of my insecurities and anxieties about having a service dog. I'm good with it, but it's like until stuff gets rolling, it's like, not sure about that. Okay, seeing as this is barely a minute in, here are some pictures and some footage of some of the service dogs in training that PGI is currently working with. So I'll show those now. The other thing that I really wanted to talk about in this video is some of the weird dreams I've had about having a service dog or getting matched with one. Okay. And it's ranged on everything from like them giving me a dog and the dog not listening to me, to something weird happening while I'm trying to take the dog out in public. I had a dream the other night that I was trying to ask the questions I've been normally trying to ask PGI, and they said their answers were just kind of weird. Like, oh, we don't do interviews anymore, or something like that. I can't remember the other weird thing that I had in this dream, but I've had a lot of dreams about being matched with the right dog. I obviously don't have any resolution to these dreams because I don't have a real resolution in real life, but that would require going into some dream interpretation. And that's not what this video or this channel is about. I've actually had a lot of dreams that are pretty spot on to what I feel would happen when I do get matched with my dog. I at least hope I get to the first interview because I'll be able to say my piece and not just emails I send them every few months. I know what I want, like I've said before, but I may not get that. So, but it's just, my dreams have just kind of been funny. They've mostly been revolving around public access and my low-key anxiety I've been having about doing public access, at least during training with this dog. I mean, I know I probably won't be doing public access right away with the dog I get matched with, whatever that is, because I think you have to go through your class first before they turn you loose in a store or something. I mean, I've done public access with the dogs I've trained by myself, so I know kind of what to expect. But I mean, this experience is going to be different, which is part of the reason I'm documenting it. So, that's just something that is something I'm familiar with, but something that's going to be different. But I think to myself every time I have one of these dreams, oh, I'm so ready to have a service dog, or am I sure I want to do this? I mean, I know my dreams are, your logic circuits are kind of off kilter when you're asleep, but I mean, I feel like they have a little bit of truth to them. Maybe not entirely, but I feel like I do feel a little bit insecure about this, which is why I'm so anxious to like get started training, so I can kind of prove to myself that I can do it, and that I'm not overthinking it, because I feel like the longer I wait, the more for a match and to start training, the more I'm going to overthink training the dog, and the more I have the potential to screw up. I think that's been my biggest problem, is particularly, I think, when it came to Zoe, because I kind of jumped into it and I didn't really think about it. I was looking at the end product and not the process of doing it. So I'm not thinking, I'm thinking end product and not step by step how me and this dog are going to learn to work together. If I think of it that way, I'm not looking at it as a finished product. And I think that'll lessen my anxiety and my insecurity about it. And, but we'll see. So I am like, and then I'm like kind of nervous about trying to get a hold of PGI again, because I'm like, sorry to bug you again, but do you have my dog yet? Do you have, or well, not my dog, because I'm not going to have my dog until I pass training and they have me officially on a list to get a dog, because not everybody that applies gets a dog. They may or may not even get through the training class, depending if the board clears them to go through that, blah, blah, blah. And I think that's what I'm more nervous about, is them just kind of looking through my application and what's been leading up to me applying and saying, oh, we can't give her a dog. What if this happens with her again? And I'm so past that, of being so wound up by things. I mean, yes, I still have my triggers. I know that. But they're more like related to people than every big shifts in my lifestyle and stuff. My mom's dog barking doesn't even bug me that much. It's more of an irritant and a nuisance than anxiety inducing. And but again, that's going to be a process, and I am just really hoping I have a result, at least to start. I mean, this wouldn't be finished for quite some time, because it takes these dogs 2 years to be totally certified. Even a dog that's been placed with their future handler already, and they know that's the person they're going to, they're not done training for like another 6 months, 5, 6, 4 to 6 months maybe. And I'm just like, I'm ready for something, but I'm ready because I want to move forward with things in my life, but I want to do things differently. It's not that I want to get a dog and sit in my house all the time. If I wanted that, I would have just had a pet. And I'm reminded of this every day when I go out of my house, that I have my free swinging screen door, that I left it that way because it is easier to deal with that way. But it's also a pain because I have to open the big door and then I have to open the screen door, and it'd be so much easier if I could have the dog hold the door while I drive out in my wheelchair. So, I mean, that's the one thing I am really looking forward to about having a service dog, is being able to have the dog get the doors for me so I don't have to worry about, getting out of the door and having a problem clipping the door on my way out. But that being said, trying to get out of a door, any door, with the service dog is still a bit of a process. Depending on what equipment the handler uses, it's sometimes more difficult than others, but I could be using anything from a walker to to my wheelchair, to crutches, I don't know. It's just a lot, and my hair is a mess, but it's just a lot to think about, and sometimes I laugh at these dreams because they just seem so ridiculous, but then I'm not laughing at them because they're a reflection of kind of what's been knocking around in the back of my head. So, but I'm like really, really trying to be realistic about this, but not get too far ahead of myself. And I just am really looking forward to this journey, whatever that happens to be, and taking you guys along for the ride. And I've said it before, I've wanted to start a YouTube channel for a number of years now, and it was just an issue of coming up with a topic, whether or not I'd be a daily vlogger or if I would just put up a video a few times a week. And it seemed like training a service dog and having a service dog would be a thing that is a good thing to vlog about. And obviously that's the case, since there's other YouTubers out there that have service dogs that vlog about it. And hopefully at some point I will stop doing videos from this chair. So we'll see how that goes. I'm still trying to decide whether I'm going to do running with the dogs this year. It cost me like $50 for 2 people last year because my dad went, and I'm trying to decide whether it's worth my time and money to put that much. I mean, it's going to be worth it to donate to PGI. I think it is. I think it's a great program, and I made a promise to myself to keep these videos slightly shorter, and this clip is running into 10-minute range. So I'm gonna wrap this up, and I'll keep you guys updated, and if anything else cool or funny happens, you'll be the first to know. So until next week, this is Service Dog Diaries signing off. Bye.